Mabuhay mga kaibigan! Welcome to Pinoy Pulse, ang show na nagbibigay ng hard-hitting analysis sa Philippine politics na may twist ng katotohanan at katatawanan. Ako si #WalkWithLan at ngayon we're shining the spotlight on the Iglesia ni Cristo ay na simbolo ng katatagan sa gitna ng mga bugyo ng politika at lipunan. Kudos INC. Mga kababayan, kung nasa US ka, Canada, Australia, UAE, Saudi o kahit sa Japan, Norway o Germany, kayo, this episode is para sa inyo. Mga kababayan, no? Our kababayans abroad na gustong malaman ang real score sa Pinas will unpack controversial political events with satire, takes na nagpapatawa kami pero nagpapaisip din and in-depth policy breakdowns na magpapakita kung bakit ang INC ay hindi natitinag. Ready na ba kayo? Let's dive in! Let me paint you a picture. Noong 2015, nagkakagulo ang politika sa Pinas, ang INC ay nakatayo pa rin. Matibay, unshakable, isang OFW. Nga, sa Dubai ang nagsabi, kahit anong issue ang INC ay parang puno ng bagyo, nakayuko pero hindi nababali. Simbolo ng katatagan. Totoo ba yan? Today, we'll peel back the layers. Sibuyas style to show how INC stands firm against all odds. Stay tuned. Kung gusto nyo ng ganitong content every week, hit that subscribe button ngayon. I-like, i-comment, i-share sa mga kaibigan nyo sa UK, Hong Kong o South Korea. At para sa mga generous na OFWs, send us a super thanks to keep this channel alive. Salamat po. Let's aim for 15,000 likes para ma-reach natin ang mas maraming kababayan worldwide. Okay, no? Ang Iglesia ni Cristo, simbolo ng katatagan. Bakit? Pero bakit? Let's start with the black voting. A practice na nagsimula noong 1935, no? Ayon sa historian Arthur Tagi, it was their shield against persecution in a Catholic-dominated Philippines. Imagine, isang maliit na simbahan, underdog, sa isang bansang puno ng hamon. Pero they stood tall, using unity to amplify their voice, their resilience. May mga nagsasabi, INC controls politics. Huy, parang superhero movie na naman. Kung totoo, bakit hindi pa sila nagpapalakad ng Malacanang? Ha. The truth, their katatagan comes from faith-driven unity, not some secret conspiracy. They have endorsed leaders like Marcos, Arroyo at Aquino, not to dominate, but to protect their flock. Matibay, di ba? On one side, critics argue black voting undermines democracy. Thousands voting as one seems unfair. Pero sa kabilang banda, INC supporters say it's their right to vote as a united front. Tulad ng unions o advocacy groups, it's rooted in their belief in biblical unity, making them a simbolo ng katatagan against political storms. So, is it manipulation or just organized faith? Ikaw ang magpasya. Ano ang tingin mo sa INC's black voting? Is it a sign of katatagan or something else? Lalo na kung nasa Canada or Australia ka. Share your thoughts. Let's spark that convo. Let's rewind to 2015 when INC hit EDSA to protest government interference. Controversial, di ba? Oo naman. Ng politiko, they aim for 50,000 attendees pero 18,000 lang ang dumating. So what? That's still a massive show of katatagan. Critics called it a flop, but let's unpack the real story. Ang INC member sa Italy ang nagsabi, noong 2015 kahit nasa abroad ako, I felt proud. The INC stood firm kahit inatake ng media. The rally wasn't just about numbers, it was a statement. Kami ay matibay, hindi natitina. Facing allegations of corruption and abduction, INC proved their resilience by mobilizing thousands in a day. That's katatagan in action. Parang teleserye ito mga kaibigan INC versus DOJ with EDSA as the battleground. Pero walang slap scenes just placards and prayers. Critics says it's just a stunt. Pero teka, 18,000 people don't just show up for chicharon. It was a bold stand for autonomy. And guess what? The allegation fizzle out. Simbolo ng katatagan indeed. Okay, the issue was about church-state separation. The DOJ's proof to allege illegal detention was seen by INC as an attack on their freedom of religion. The Constitution protects this, but where's the line? INC's rally shouted, "Huwag kaming pakialaman." Their katatagan paid off. The investigations faded. Policy lesson: religious groups can stand firm when their rights are challenged, but it sparks debate about government oversight. Big question, di ba? If you are in the US or UAE, share this segment with your kababayan. Click that share button and let's spread the word. Kung gusto nyo ng mas maraming deep dives, i-like at i-subscribe na. Ang katatagan ng INC isn't just in politics. It's in their service. Their kabayan ko, kapatid ko. Programs build homes, farms, and clinics for communities like the Blant tribe. This isn't just about charity. It's katatagan that uplift lives. From typhoon relief to eco-farming, INC proves they are hindi natitinag in serving others. Picture this, isang pamilya sa South Cotabato, walang bahay, walang pag-asa. Then INC arrives with 100-hectare project, housing, farms at worship centers. It's like the extreme makeover, Faith Edition. One resident said, ang INC ang nagbigay ng bagong buhay sa amin. That's katatagan. Standing firm to help others, stand tall. Pero teka, may mga grants pa rin Sabi nila, PR lang yan. Huy, kung PR yan, bakit may 300 housing units? Kung ako mag-PR, baka isang poster lang, Cotabato Eco-Farming Community gave jobs and homes. That's katatagan in action. Filling gaps where government stumbles, but should religious groups face NGO-level audits? Food for thought. Kung nasa Italy, Germany o Japan ka, ano ang tingin mo sa INC civic projects? Comment below and send a super thanks to support more content like this. Para sa ating mga kababayan sa US, Canada, Australia, UAE, Saudi, Japan at kahit sa Norway o Poland, the INC is a simbolo ng katatagan abroad. With 543 congregations worldwide, as of 1998, they are not just in Pinas. They are where you are, bringing faith and community to OFWs. Isang OFW sa Saudi ang nagsabi, kahit malayo sa INC is my anchor. Here, the Message TV program, broadcast in Tagalog and English, connects kabayans from Dubai to Denmark. It's like a spiritual LBC package, bring katatagan worldwide. Okay, may nagsasabi INC is too powerful abroad. Huy, parang Marvel movie na. They're not conquering the world. They're building Kapit Bisig for OFWs. Their katatagan isn't about power. It's about keeping our kababayans grounded kahit saan man sila. Okay, so INC's global reach is soft power at its finest. The role as a special envoy for OFW concerns under Duterte and Marcos shows their katatagan in diplomacy. Critics ask, is this too close to government? Supporters say it's a win for OFWs. Either way, INC's resilience shines globally. Ano sa tingin ninyo? Kung OFW ka sa Hong Kong, UAE o South Korea, share this video sa community mo. Hit that subscribe button and let's keep the convo going. Salamat po. Sa mga kaibigan, what's the verdict? The Iglesia ni Cristo is a simbolo ng katatagan. From their black voting since 1935 to their 2015 EDSA stand, from their civic projects to their global reach, kahit anong bagyo, they stand firm, hindi natitinag. #kudos INC. We build the Sibuyas to see both sides, critics who question their influence and supporters who see faith-driven resilience. Sa ating mga kababayan, sa US, Canada, Australia, UAE o kahit sa Sweden, Finland o kahit saan man, let's keep asking questions. Let's hold power accountable but also celebrate katatagan that uplifts communities tulad ng INC. Their story is proof unity and faith can weather any storm. Kung nagustuhan nyo itong episode na ito, i-like naman, i-comment at i-share at i-subscribe. Let's hit 50,000 views para ma-reach natin ang mas maraming OFWs worldwide. At para sa mga generous na viewers sa UAE, Saudi o Japan, send us a super thanks to keep Pinoy Pulse alive. Salamat po at magkita-kita tayo ulit sa susunod.